What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a failed video game, and I honestly forgot this video game fucking even existed, even though it only released a few months ago. That game is Forspoken. That shit is forgotten. Nobody remembers this piece of ass. Now you might be like, why are you talking about Forspoken? Well, it's really simple. The game sold so poorly, and literally nobody liked it. So bad to the fact that it shut down the studio that developed it. Ouch. Now this game was published by Square Enix, so did you really expect anything different? Be 100% honest. Cause I didn't. I think up until the launch of this game, the hype really died when they released the system specifications for, what you needed to run this game on PC. When the recommended specs say you need a 3070 to run the game, not to mention this one game in itself is 150 gigabytes. That reminds me of Warzone on like console and shit. When like the consoles had like 500 gigabytes. And Warzone would be like half of it just by itself. It was just one big piece of ass, just terrible bloatware on your fucking PS4, PS5, whatever. 150 gigabytes for what? The game looks fucking terrible. It's terribly optimized as well. I think I already told you guys. At launch, people were running this game on like a fucking 4090, and it was getting like terrible frame rates. That's partly why I didn't fucking buy the thing, because I saw, shit, if people with 4090s are struggling to run this game, what is my 3090 gonna do? Not to mention the platform the game was even developed on, the PS5, it still runs terribly on. 60 FPS for what? The PS5 is able to handle over 120 frames per second along with the Xbox Series X, but guess what? It's not on Xbox. And I believe if you want to turn on ray tracing, the frames per second just shits itself. And the PS5 is weaker than a 3090, let alone a fucking 4090. If those graphics cards are experiencing performance issues, you know the PS5 is fucking shitting itself. Now I'm done talking about the game's performance. It ran terribly. It ran at like 720p or some shit. Like I said, on God PCs and even on the PS5, it ran horribly. So let's talk about the development studio that made Forspoken, Luminous Productions. This is a Japanese company tasked with making an American isekai, MMORPG, whatever the fuck Forspoken was supposed to be. And it reeks of American stereotypes. The game literally has you start off as a black female who's in a courthouse, already portraying black people as criminals. They're all gangbangers, and she eventually shows off her fucking sneaker collection. Those are just terrible stereotypes that the East still somehow gets wrong about the US and people of color here. But the game performed so terribly that they went defunct as of May 1st, 2023. Yeah, they shut down the studio. Now they're gonna lie to your fucking face and say that it's not being quote-unquote shut down. Instead, they're being merged with the bigger studio of Square Enix. But we all know what the fuck that means. It means they did such a terrible job making video games, we're just gonna have them stop making video games. I'm gonna put up a statement that Luminous Productions, put up following the news that they'd be fucking merged with Square Enix. I'm not reading all this BS. I'll leave it up on screen for you guys for a few seconds, so if you really want to read it, you could just pause the video. But too long didn't read. We're joining Square Enix. We're still making Intent We Trust, which is the DLC for Forspoken. We're happy that we had the ability to make video games for you. Thank you. Bye-bye. It's pretty much what it says. I see this as an admission of defeat from Square Enix. Recently, they sold off Deus Ex and Tomb Raider, I think. Yeah, Tomb Raider, the one with Lara Croft. They sold that off to Embracer Group and instead made Forspoken as a new IP. That worked out absolutely beautifully. Just another class act move from Square Enix. Now, if you don't know who Embracer Group is, it's a large conglomerate company that houses many, game publishers. Pretty much everybody fucking hates them. They're swallowing up every fucking IP, and you know how that goes. When one company has too much fucking control, it's no good, just for a heads up. But you love to see it. All over Twitter, PlayStation fanboys are shitting themselves, still defending Forspoken to this day. I think now a lot of the heat has died down. Nobody remembers Forspoken for the fucking trash heap that it really was, except for the Sony fanboys. And all I have to say to them is tough fucking luck. You got a shitty game. Steam gets like 80 shitty games per minute. Degenerate ass video games like furry porn games are all over Steam. So you got one trash heap, we have 80. Doesn't really fucking matter. Let me know what you guys thought about Luminous Productions being shut down over the development of Forspoken in the comments. I personally think it's fucking hilarious. I think they made Final Fantasy 15. I don't know if that game was any good because I never played Final Fantasy. I've never gotten into Final Fantasy. I don't know if it's any good. If it's any good, let me know as well. But yeah, that's all I really have for this video. Actually, no, I lied. I actually found this shit out literally right before uploading the video. It was gonna be shorter, a little bit shorter. I literally found this out just now. And I found it so fucking humorous, I just have to fucking show you guys. Not only is the game absolutely like half and half with the critics, in terms of like critic scores at least. It's the complete opposite for the consumers though. They absolutely hate it. This game was found in landfills. Fucking think about that. Your game was so terrible, people are finding it in landfills. And it's not just like the cheap edition, right? The base $70 version. These are steelbook fucking cases, dude. So you know they're not fucking cheap. I'm gonna show you this really quick video. It's about 15 seconds, so it's not very long. And this is absolutely hilarious.
Você percebe que o jogo foi fracasso quando a GameStop do shopping que você trampa joga no lixo, cara, os steelbooks do jogo. Olha que vergonha. Tá maluco, cara. Esse jogo foi flop desgraçado.
I wasn't lying to you guys when I said it was found in literal landfills. I mean, you can even hear the fucking seagulls screaming at the guy to put it down because it was so bad. I don't know. I just thought I should point that out. There's really bad reviews amongst users and critics. Sucks to see another IP that could have had potential just go into the shitter. This is the Atari ET game of our generation. You know how that game had cartridges found in landfills? Forspoken was found in landfills as well. It's actually funny to think about. Anyways, I'm pretty much done with this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.
What you know